We'll hear from Janelle Battle again. Jojo asked me to marry him yesterday. When Tyrone heard me telling Lupe that, he laughed his head off. Jojo is 8 years old. He's one of the kids I tutor at the public library. I was there yesterday helping him prepare for a math test when he suddenly cocked his head, looked up at me, and said, "Miss Janelle, you're the most beautifulest lady in this whole planet." Thanks, Jojo. I've been thinking, Miss Janelle, maybe we should get married. Just like that, out of the blue. Jojo sounded so serious it was hard not to laugh. I didn't want to hurt his feelings, though, so I pretended to cough a couple of times and covered my face. "Well, I'll have to think about that one," I said. "But first, we have to get you into 4th grade. Deal?" "Deal," he said. Jojo is such a cutie. I'm glad somebody finds me beautiful, even if he's just 8 years old. But maybe he's not the only one, though. Not anymore. The kids in Mr. Ward's class sure look at me differently these days. I noticed that at the past open mic Friday. When I got up to read, I was my usual self. I sucked in my stomach and walked slow to make sure nothing jiggled, and tugged down on my shirt like I could really hide my extra pounds under there. I waited for Mr. Ward to switch on the video and then started to read. I looked up from the page a few times and noticed kids in the front row with their eyes closed and smiling. Amy and Tanisha nodded every now and then, like I'd said something familiar, something they understood. Judy Ann, Leslie, and Portia leaned forward so they could hear every word. Everybody really listened to what I had to say, even the guys. Tyrone, Wesley, Steve, Raoul, and Devin, they all stared at me like I was someone special. And nobody cared about the size of my body. Not even me. Open Mic. The Door by Janelle Battle. I've been busy lately, carving a door of words without a lock in sight. Your ear is the key that lets you into me. I am a secret I want to share. I swing my door open and say a quick prayer. Look around, take the tour. Fear hangs on the wall and shame sometimes. Emotional dislocation too. But I am brave in my admission. Are you? When no one is looking, I check to see if anyone else seems as scared as me, or lonely, or shy, or insecure. Is it just me? I'm not so sure. Is your heart like an onion too? Show me yours, I'll show you mine, we used to say. Your turn, now peel away. Tyrone's reply? Janelle made it into the paper. I did too, in the group shot, looking all fuzzy. Devin was the only one who got a close-up. They just love the pretty boys. That's okay. I got my name in there. Mr. Ward brought the paper to school and held it up for the class to see. "Look at this headline," he said. "Student poets bloom in the Bronx." That's you guys. I don't know who was prouder, us or Mr. Ward. He bought a few extra copies of the paper for the class and passed them around for anyone who hadn't seen it already. I'd already brought my own home, though. I had to, especially since they quoted what I said about our poetry gives us a release and how it helps us relate to one another. They said our stuff was energetic and rich in positive social messages. My mom will frame this puppy for sure. I called the reporter this afternoon and thanked him for writing such a nice piece. I told him about our assembly. "We'll be jamming," I told him. "Why don't you come check us out?" He said he'd try to make it. Maybe he can get us another write-up out of this. You never know.